Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm filming from my couch, and that is because this is my dining room table. I'm in the middle of a move, so everything is kind of different and filming is kind of hard, but I'm still here with a video, and the video is a currently inked video because I have like 9 pens inked and it's kind of stressing me out. But I wanted to show you what the choices are and like what I've been using in my journal a lot. What is like the daily rotation right now. While I was filming this, I tried to decide what to unink. I came up with nothing, really. So I'm probably gonna keep stuff inked, which is interesting. But yeah, that's the deal right now. So let's just switch the shot and let's go look at the currently inked pens. All right. Okay, let me grab all the inked pens. It's quite a lot and it's kind of making me anxious when I look at it. So maybe I should unink some stuff. And I'm thinking about uninking one of the decimos, but we'll write them and then see what shall happen. Let's start with the newest acquisition, actually. I will do a video about this soon. This is the Sailor Progear Slim Nebula, and it's this lovely translucent green with sparkles, and I hope it translates. Gold hardware, it's really great. Well, I'll tell the story later. I ordered it a while ago, but it just never came, basically. Anyway, fresh page in the journal, and this is a Sailor Progear Slim, and this nib is actually a zoom nib, and that means that you can do reverse writing, but also that the angle at which you write at determines the line width. Now, I must say I'm not very good at this yet. So that is a little high writing angle and this is a lower writing angle. You can definitely see the difference. But I still have to like practice this. But it's such a great nib. It's so fun to use. I'll show more of this in the video actually about this pen. But yeah, that is the Sailor Progear Slim. It's the Nebula version. And the ink is Monteverde California teal. I'm gonna write down Cali teal, which is not really teal, more like a green. All right, let us move to the second pen. Lovely, lovely, lovely pen. Love it, love it, love it. Pen number 2, let me pick. I have too many inked, it's really hard. Let's go for the Twisty VAC 700R. Also lovely pen. Was uninked for a little bit, but then I couldn't resist it. Twisty VAC 700R. This is a fine nib. Actually, I have to look at it, but it looks like a fine nib. And the ink is Sailor Shigure, I believe. What I'm gonna do now is smell the nib to confirm that it is a Sailor ink. Yeah, it's Sailor. It's Sailor Shigure. Sailor ink has a particular smell, and it was either Sailor Shigure or a Diamine ink, but this is definitely a Sailor smelling ink. This is the iris version of this pen, and they are still available in some places, and it's very lovely. So I would say get one. But I am the penabler today, I think. Another lovely pen is another Twisby. This is the Golden Horse Eco, which was made for a film festival, and it was exorbitantly priced. It was very, very expensive, but I really like the way this looks. This is one of my favorite Ecos. Actually had this with an extra fine nib because they came with fines and extra fines, or maybe even only extra fines. But of course I have a couple of rose gold Ecos now, so I put a broad nib on it, I believe. Yes, it's a broad. So this is a Twisby. This is not a, how is this a broad? Well, inconsistent nib sizes, guys. Twisty Eco. This is the Golden Horse. Let's say, well, nib size question mark. I might be wrong. It's really hard to read. The ink is Diamine. Communication Breakdown. Which is a very good sheener. Reminds me a little bit of Sailor Okuyama. For those of you that know that ink. I would say it's a little drier, but also it sheens a little more. So if you like sheen and you have a wet pen, I would go for this one. And it's a lot cheaper, so lovely ink. And I like the combo, like the gold with the red, the very dark red. And then we are on to the 2 Decimos. This is a broad nibbed Decimo. I like the Decimo because it's slimmer than the normal capless. And this one I've been using at work a lot. So move it up, Pilot, capless. This is a broad. And I tend to put Pilot inks in my Pilot capless pens or vanishing points because I find them so picky for about ink. Like I've tried Waterman, I've tried Diamine, it just doesn't work. I do have the other Decimo inked with a non-Pilot ink, but that ink is just known for being very wet. This is Pilot Blue Black. And it is just a cartridge. Because why not? It's a lovely ink, honestly. It's a really great staple. If you're looking for a staple blue-black, this is it. I would say it's more blue than blue-black. That's what I prefer. The other Decimo, I honestly don't know the nib size. I think it's a... let's just take it out and see. It is a medium. I don't really know the nib sizes of my caplesses because I just switch the nibs around a lot. This is the Burgundy one. This is inked with a Lamy ink, Pilot capless. It's a Decimo. I should write Decimo. I'm great at this. Pilot, capless, Decimo. This is a medium nib. This one seems a little misaligned. You can hear this nib. But I'm too lazy to actually look at it. And the ink is Lamy Dark Lilac. Like it's not bad enough to not be able to write with it. And Dark Lilac is just an ink that I know to be wet and great. I have it in a cartridge that was empty and now it's not. So Pilot pens come with converters and the capless pens come with Con 40s. And there isn't a converter I hate as much as the Con 40. I really, 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 really hate it. So I try not to use it. Bennu Hexagon D is still a marvel of a pen. Look at that thing. It's so funky. Anyway, I did a video about this recently. Tiny nib, quite a big pen, tiny nib. Great nib though, I love it. So Bennu Hexagon D. This is a medium. Is it a medium? It is a medium. And this is Eroshizuku Tsu. I messed it up. Well, Tsutsuji, the pink one. Not Momiji, Tsutsuji. Momiji is more red than this. Pink ink is love. It's a nice little pen. It's so funny. It's so funny. So I've gone from being like, oh, this is so pretty and so cool to, oh, this pen is so funny. Like, this makes me happy looking at it. That's still the result, so that's great. On to the next. This has been inked for a long time. So this is my Lamy Studio Palladium. And I got this in and the nib was not great. I had to send it back, and I did. And then it came back and it was great. And now I have kept it inked for quite a while. Actually, my fiance gave this to me. So, I mean, I like using it. Makes me think of him. It is inked with a cartridge, a Lamy Dark Lilac cartridge. So I used to kind of hoard my Dark Lilac, but I stopped doing it. Because you gotta use the ink. It's not gonna get any prettier or better when you leave it, like when you save it. Lamy Studio Palladium with a 14K nib. It's a fine. And then the ink is Lamy Dark Lilac. You see difference here in color. This has not been written with in a while. Also broader nib, so. But Dark Lilac is a massive sheener and I love it. I love it. Like, Lamy could make so much money by just making this ink. Like, just, even with a little premium, there's a splotch on that, on the, focus on the grip, look. Even at like a premium, like let's say they make it €5 more expensive, I would still like buy the heck out of it. Like, there's so many people loving that ink or wanting to buy it and they don't have access to it. Just make the ink again, Lamy. It's not that hard, it's just an ink. Anyway, let me move on to another page. It's kind of a hard writing angle right now, but that's all right. I have two left. One I've shown recently, and that is the Opus 88 demonstrator in this flecked finish. This is a ginormous pen. It's like a bat, but it's great. And this is a broad nib. So, Opus 88 demonstrator with a broad nib. And the ink is Sailor 1, 2, 3. Sniffing it again. Not as strong as Shigure, weirdly. Which is a gray that leans purple and sometimes goes green when it sheens. It's a magic ink. Doesn't really translate that well to camera. Cannot write today, guys. Anyway, lovely pen. I haven't used it in a little bit. Actually, my journal with it. So I got cut off, and I don't know where it got cut off, but I think I said I might journal with it today because I haven't used it in a little bit. Anyway, let's go to the last pen. The last of many. This is a Platinum 3776. This is one of the nice finishes. I don't know which one it is. I think it might be the Pure Nice. I'll put it in the description. It's a limited edition 3776 before the limited editions got crazy expensive, which is great. It is a fine nib. I love the nib shape of the Platinums. It's amazing. All right, Platinum 3776. Look how fine that nib is. This is a fine nib. And it's actually super fine. The ink is Diamine. Purple Rain. Which is a very dark purple that sheens golden. And as you know, I am a sheen fiend. Or as I would like to think of myself as the Sheen Queen Supreme. But I think you need to earn that title. And I have not earned it yet. Anyway, this is a really weird ending to a video, but I kind of love it. Let me zoom out a little bit and show you the pans. The pans. Let me grab them. Honestly, don't know what I might unink here. The biggest candidate for uninking is, I think, this pilot, but it's so smooth and I don't really want to do it. So maybe I should just resolve to not ink any new pens until something has been written dry. That is a good idea, I guess. I don't know why there's ink everywhere, always, all the time. But anyway, this is the haul. This is the writing samples. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you have questions about any of these marvelous pens, please let me know. I'll try to answer your questions in the comments. And I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye bye bye.